Yes. Yes, I do not want to do this. Correct. And yet, I'm just gonna keep telling myself this is my job. When is this? I thought it went away. It just didn't. It just hasn't gone away yet. Oh well. Oh freaking well. Flipping, sorry. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna rub my shoulder for a second. I'm gonna drink this water before I dip my paper towel in it because then it's tainted. There's soap in there? That was my attempt at a joke. That's where I'm at right now. I'm so tired. I'm so tired, it feels like pretending that I think there's soap in my water is funny. That's where I'm at. That's the ridiculous place that I'm at right now. No good reason. No really good reason to be that tired, but we are. We are slash I am. So what do? You just keep poking. I'm gonna do this safety pin for right now. We'll see where it leads. We'll see what happens next. Let me know if you can't hear me. If you can, you just keep on watching. You just keep on listening. If you tell me that you can hear me, I'm gonna know that you don't know how to take direction. Because I only want to know if you can't. Okay? Okay. I don't know how, or what I'm supposed to wipe this thing. I just know that I'm supposed to keep it clean. Here we have a paper clip. It's not a paper clip. It's a clothes clip. It's a safety pin. And we're going to make it fresh. Because ever since I gave it to myself, I was like, oh, purple was a bad color. Not like a bad color choice. It's just you can't really see it. I mean, you can. And I probably don't even need to touch that one up, if we're being honest. Honestly, that one looks okay. Maybe I should pick a different one to touch up. I could add to this gear. I could give this gear more cogginess. That's another option. We could do this smiley face on a cube that Huendo de New Mexico recommended long ago. Who knows? Who knows where this is going to go? All I know is it's got to happen today. And it's gonna. You know what I should clean? Is this spoon. Just for my brain. Not because there's MRSA in it. Not because I've got COVID in my spoon. Just simply for the matter of getting that thing clean. Trying to figure out how often I should actually be doing this. I mean, every day. Is it really necessary? I mean, for my little idea of what is and what should be, yeah. Yeah, I gotta do it every day. But in reality, what is reality? Maybe I should be paying a little bit closer attention to what reality is. I don't know. But I like it. I like the spoons and the ink, so why would I not, do that? I like having new tattoos. That's a whole thing. That's a good reason to do it. You know, you get a tattoo out of it. But waking up early every day? Do I like that? Do I like spending time? I mean, it's like a project. It's a pretty good project. I'm enjoying that part of it, of having a project. But we will see. Let's see where this leads. I already put lube on the safety pin, so we're gonna make it more black. If I can just find a needle, all I need is a needle, and I can do that with it. Are these the right ones? Nope. Oh. Oh boy. Alright. We have a needle. We have a needle. We have ink. So we're ready to poke. I think a safety pin is a sign of, like, depression or something. You know, I made sure that it wasn't like an LGBTQ tattoo when I picked it. But I did not make sure that it wasn't anything weird. No, I remember. I remember it wasn't anything weird. Because when I looked it up, I was like, it is a little weird. A safety pin tattoo is a sign of something. I just don't know what. But I remember when I looked it up, I was like, oh, that's awkward. That's not me. But I have it now. Is it suicide? Is it a suicide awareness tattoo? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I hope not. I hope nobody sees this tattoo and thinks, uh-oh, that guy's suicidal. Because I'm not, I swear. I have no interest in suicide. Why would I do that? Why would I do a suicide? That would be crazy. Where are we in the week? In about a week and a half, I'll be able to start doing this in the afternoon instead of in the middle of the day. I'll be doing these when my daughter's at school instead of in the morning. Shit. I'm getting lost. That's where I'm at right now. I'm a little lost. I'll be able to do it in the middle of the day instead of the morning. Because right now my daughter hangs out with me all day long. And you know, I got other stuff I want to do in the evenings, like not do anything. But in the middle of the day, yeah, this is exactly what I'll be doing. And that's nice. That'll feel better for me. Right now, I'm just building habits. That's the plan. It's a nice, it's like whenever I see a meme about consistency, I go, nice, yeah, that's me. Definitely consistent. Now, am I consistently doing anything important or useful? No, definitely not. But I am consistent. I am, at it on the reg. Maybe I can take this energy and bring it to something more useful. Or maybe I can just shift it into the middle of the day. And we'll see where that takes us. But for now, this is exactly where and what and how I need to be. And at the very least, I can pretend to be proud of myself for it. I can look at my tattoos and go, that is cool. Even if nobody else, even if I'm the only one just touching up this safety pin, Master Pain. and talking about where my brain at. You know, these mornings are getting to me. You know, I know it's a regular morning time for you, but I'm waking up way too early just to do this. Not just to do this. Not like this isn't exactly what I want to be doing, exactly when I want to be doing it. But it's kind of a weird thing to get up at 4 in the morning to do. You know, tattooing at 5 a.m.? That means you had to wake up at 4 a.m.? Today I woke up a little late, so I didn't get to prepare as much as I'd like to. I had to microwave yesterday's coffee. But it's like hardcore or something. You know, it's kind of like a hardcore lifestyle. That's nice. Land of the Lost. Is that the Jack Black movie? That's legit. Jack Black gets it. That's one of those guys that just gets it. School of Rock. If I have the wrong one, if you're watching like TV Land and not the Jack Black movie, that would be awkward for you. That would be super weird for you. Because you'd be like, who's this Jack Black guy he's talking about? He sounds dark. Jack Black A. What up, Sadie? Sadie, do you have any tattoo ideas? I need a tattoo idea. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. So I'm just touching up right now. But maybe if you give me a good idea, I could shift my attention, or I'll do it next week. I'm not going to get a Jack Black tattoo. That would be crazy. This is going to look better now. The point was for it to be a purple safety pin. That was the whole point of this tattoo. But I like having it have this little blackness to it. A wizard tattoo. Now that's a good idea. Okay. I won't do that right now because I'll have to draw it. I'll have to draw like a good one. But I will give myself a wizard tattoo next week. And if you're not here for it, that's your loss. How about that? But it'll be good. A wizard. That's a good one. I'll have that stencil ready next week before I even start streaming so that I can just, because it's going to have to be a big one, because a wizard is a whole thing. But then I'll do it. That's a good idea. Nice. Very well done. See, this is the kind of energy we need here. Good ideas. That's what we need. Sometimes people's idea, like, look, we have a circle tattoo. Just a circle. Pretty solid idea, to be honest. And another thing that I could get excited about how easy that is to poke. But I like wizards. In Dungeons and Dragons, a wizard, a star. Okay, I hear you. I hope he's a vaguely threatening wizard. Ooh. Interesting. Maybe I'll make him vaguely threatening, and I'll put a star on the end of his wand. Would that do the trick? If you guys want to just brainstorm the wizard here, this would be a good chance to do that. And you don't have to. So if you don't have any other ideas for it, I understand. Now what worries me about a wizard is that means he's going to have a face. And that makes me nervous. But I'll do my best, and I'll try to make his face, as minimalistic as possible, and it'll probably be ugly in a way that, because of how poorly I do the face, it'll probably look bad. And then that can be what's threatening about him. It's like, ooh, he's an ugly wizard? He's got a chip on his shoulder, I bet, from being such a butt-ugly fool. he's probably not going to take any shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you see a wizard with just like a gnarled face that barely looks like a face, he'll look like he got hit in the face with a mean spell. That's a good one of a wizard. Don't take it personally to all the other tattoos ideas I've gotten where I've done it small, but a wizard tattoo will have to be sort of bigger. That's going to be a larger, a wicked beard and mustache. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have to worry about his jawline or his chin or his cheekbones because it would be all covered with hair. Wicked though. Interesting. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're 100% right on with that one. Great idea. I used to be all into like magic and stuff. I used to play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. That's why I have this D20 tattoo. And wizards are cool because they have a very slow growth rate. You know, a low level wizard dies very easily. But a high level wizard, nothing beats it. If you get a wizard past like level 10, you now become the ultimate fighter of the group. Because you got fireballs and lightning bolts. Like, you really want to go. Like, a fighter starts off strong, but they top out at like level 12. And then, you know, you can dual wield and you're strong, but you don't really grow that much. But a wizard is it's kind of like in Pokemon, where you have like bug Pokemon will grow really fast, and then at level like 13, you have like the strongest your bug Pokemon's gonna be, and then you're getting squashed at level 100. But with like a fire Pokemon, that's like what a wizard is. They take a really long time to level up and to evolve. Like Charizard you don't get that till level 36, you know? But nothing beats that. Nothing beats a strong fire type, except for, obviously, water types. That's how wizards are. Yeah, wizards are cool. I told my friend Marshall, he's like a wizard type, because we both try our best to do stand-up comedy, and we both have a very unique type of humor, and people don't really get it most of the time. But my theory is that that's just a growth phase, and that we're both actually going to be very, very, very funny, successful comedians someday, you know, after a long time of practice, because nobody has senses of humor like ours, so it'll be like a unique type of product that we can offer of the jokes that we have. Where, you know, there's a lot of comedians out there who got jokes that everybody gets, you know, but everybody gets them because they're like normal jokes. And there's like a bunch of comics like that. And you know, this sounds I feel a little ridiculous for that idea, because it's like, yeah, your jokes everybody's supposed to get them. But like, everybody can get a lot of jokes. But the jokes that me and my friend Marshall have, there's nobody offering those types of jokes but us. So it's like a benefit. When we get good at it, you know, we'll be the only ones who can provide that service, and that's where the money is. Not that it's about money, but everything's about money. Anyways, great idea. And yeah, I think he'll be vaguely threatening, but I think if he has a star on his wand, it would look pretty cool. I'll even give him a hat. It'll be a whole thing. But first, what I need to do is find a picture of a wizard that I can trace, because it's going to be a trace job. I won't be able to draw that myself. That's just how it goes. Great idea. Thanks, Sadie. You come in here, and very quickly you're already like, I'm impressed. That's a good. I'm reinvigorated on tattoo ideas. I was just starting to think, am I out of tattoo ideas? Anyways, let's wipe this safety pin and see where we're at. And then maybe I'll move on to that gear, because I just noticed today that gear has very little detail. Not that gears are supposed to be like a highly detailed thing, but they are supposed to sort of be like You know, you look at like a watch, and the gears are so tiny and so intricate. You know, they have to fit where they're going. They have to slip in there, and they have to do the work. But this one, I don't know if that gear would fit anywhere. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. I think this safety pin is officially good enough. We're going to move on to the gear. And the gear is even going to be easier to touch up because I don't have to poke the whole thing. I just have to extend each of the little cogs a little bit. You know, no big deal. Excuse me. So let's see. Let's see which ones need a little help. This one could use a little help. You know, when I'm done with this gear, it's gonna fit right into whatever mechanism it's trying to fit into. This one could use a little help. But yeah, I'm not really I said I used to be into magic, but I'm not really into like magic anymore. 'Cause the idea of a wizard and of magic implies like supernatural control of the elements, you know? And I understand there's a lot of people out there who are into like witchiness and like controlling their destiny, manifestation, stuff like that. But I don't really like that stuff anymore. I used to like cast spells. I used to like burn paper that would have like my wish written on it. And then I would flush the ashes down the toilet while I pee or something. And then if it happened, I would be like, yeah, I totally did that. That was all me. But you know who it really was? It was God. 'Cause what I really was doing was asking God for what I wanted by writing it down and burning it and then peeing on it. God was like, that is a really weird way to ask for something, but you can have it. You know, I could have just asked. I could have just put my hands together like this and been like, please, God, can I have this? And I think it probably would have had the same effect. You know, you don't always have to, you know, write something down and mix up a potion of your favorite teas and then smoke a cigar and put it out in that potion and then throw the potion off of a cliff just to tell God what you want. You could just pray. But when you cast spells, you're sort of implying that you're doing it, that like you're in control of the universe. And that's a little satanic. You know, a lot of times you're actually appealing because you're getting all high and mighty on yourself. You're starting to think that like you're super powerful. You get like an ego about it when you cast spells. And Satan loves that shit. So he'll also throw you bones sometimes. Because you can pray to Satan too. And if you don't know who you're praying to, you might accidentally, you know, pray to the beast. And then when you get what you want and he tells you, you did that, you're so strong. It can fuck up your life. I imagine. But if you have a little bit of humility and a little bit of like, you know, I'm just here and God's got my back. And you're like, I'm not worthy, but please. You know, you can get all the things you want without like getting a big head about it. And that's what you want to avoid. Because if you start getting all the things you're asking for and all the things you want, and then you get a big head about it, you know, when you start losing stuff, you can like go kill yourself, basically. A lot of people who don't believe in God kill themselves. And I know that's an extreme example, but you know what I mean? Like, or like, you know, if you start thinking that like you manifested what all these things you wanted, you can start to like resent the people in your life as well. Because you're like, look at all this stuff I'm providing. What you don't appreciate my power enough. And then it's like rude. Where if you're just, you know, with God and love, like actual love, not like pleasure love, then, I've heard it just I don't know. I haven't been there necessarily, so I'm not positive. But the last thing you want is to start thinking you're better than the people around you. There are people who think that because they're Christian, they're better than the people around them. And you want to avoid that too. But if you asked them, they would say, no, I don't think I'm better than the people around me. Because we all just also have a little bit of that Satan around us at all times. He's there. There's no avoiding it. And he comes for you when you're doing good. So if you're doing good because you prayed for God and God helped you, Satan could also come and whisper in your ear and be like, God loves you more than everybody else because you're great. So you got to watch out for that too. I'm not trying to say that like it's a foolproof plan, but it's just a lot easier to to fall into the traps of the ego when you think that you're manifesting your reality versus when you're thankful that God gave you, all these things that you asked. I don't know. It's weird. It's tricky out there, obviously. But that's why I don't want to consider myself a wizard. But if I could pretend God is a wizard, God could be like a level 100 wizard. There's no doubt about that. So if I get a tattoo of a wizard, and then I pretend that, like, no, that's God. That's my God. He's got a wand, and a beard, and a cool hat. Maybe that could actually be pretty legit. So, great idea is what I'm trying to say. That's all. Just a lot of people I feel like will get a wizard tattoo. And then they're like, that's me. I'm a total wizard. You want to avoid that. You don't want to get all uppity puppity. Well, let's see. What other tattoo can I make myself have more of? I'm going to go back into these gears a little bit more, actually, because I gave them some pokes, but only enough that I can basically see what changed here. So I'm just going to do those same spots again, not to be boring. But it is necessary. You gotta do it. You gotta do it to it. Here we go. But yeah, Jack Black totally gets it. Nacho Libre. Gulliver's Travels. School of Rock. Wasn't he in like a love movie once? He's very funny. He's got those falls. He's got those falls that he does where he just falls down and it's hilarious. He's got those faces that he does with the wiggly eyebrows. Hilarious. Now, I don't know what he did to get where he is, because the level of success that Jack Black's at, you got to be a little suspicious of when you're not like super handsome. Like, when you look like that and you act like that, who was he friends with that gave him all those gigs? You know? Because it's like, at least, like, Jason Segel, he's at least, like, tall, right? But you got this short guy who's got, like, a belly on him, and he's just getting all these acting gigs, movies where he's the, like, you'd think he would be the second guy in the movie. But was Jack Black ever the second guy in a movie? To where he, like, worked hard enough to earn a role of being the first guy? Like, what did he do to get, like, that high up, right? It might just be his name, though, to be honest. If we're being really honest, he's got such a cool name that when people met him, they were like, ooh, Jack Black. Nice. I want to hire you. That is something. And then, once people see him, he is highly charismatic. So once they see him in movies, it would be easy to be like, this guy's a star. This guy can do whatever he wants. But it's just that foot in the door thing. Like, because a lot of actors have to start off, like, doing small roles, and then they can work their way up. But I feel like Jack Black has just always been a star. And that's what concerns me, is a lot of times these stars have to, like, kill a kid or something. They have to, like, sacrifice babies to get to that level. You don't just get to that level that fast on pure talent. I don't think. I'm pretty sure you most of the time have to sacrifice a baby. But he's just Jack Black. Like, maybe you just see that on paper and you want to meet that guy. And then if you're as smart and funny and charismatic as Jack Black is, there's obviously a chance that people are just like, sure, let's make it happen. And then it becomes box office hits, everybody falls in love, and then it's off to the races. You just gotta wonder. Because he definitely has the follow through. You put him in one movie and you see, it's very clear, this guy's got it. So, I'm not trying to say, I would never say Jack Black doesn't deserve the success he has. I just wonder. Whenever I'm watching his movies, I just try to see, like, in his eyes, like, what did you do? How did you get here? He's probably asking himself the same thing. He's probably looks himself in the mirror sometimes and he's just like, how did this happen? Because growing up, he didn't feel like a star. Right? He didn't just... He never, look at him. Like, I feel like a star. Look at me. But I'm gonna have to work for it if I ever want that to happen. That's fine. I'm not Jack Black. I'm not even like working nearly hard enough to get to any sort of level of success. Maybe someday. Maybe I'll start working hard enough soon. Maybe I'll put in the work. And then it can start happening. I mean, I do have a pretty cool name. Bram. Who's named Bram? Me. It's just me. Pretty much the only one. If anybody knows somebody else named Bram, hit me up. Let me know, and I'll go kill them. Because I want to be the only one. I don't want anybody out there else having my name. Because the whole point of my name is so that people know that it's me. You know? That's the whole point. There's probably other Jack Blacks out there. But he's got those eyebrows. No. No, it's the only one. And that's what I like about it. That's what it's all about. Dude, if a mom's never heard of it, she's been around a minute. She's met a lot of people. I've only met one person who told me that they knew another Bram. And I hunted that man down and killed him. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm the only one. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of people, maybe in other countries, because it's a foreign name. So there's other people. The guy who wrote Dracula was Bram, but I'm pretty sure he's already dead. You're right, and that's who I was technically named after. I'm pretty sure. Now, my dad will tell you that that's cool that your mom's a teacher. That's pretty legit. That's a good job. My dad tries to say that the reason my name is Bram is because it means raven in Gaelic. And let me just see when Dracula came out, because I'm pretty sure that's a lie. He tries to always say, yeah, your name means raven, and when you were born, you had this thick black head of hair, and that's why I was like, oh, it looks like a raven, let's name him Bram. But I don't believe that. I think that's like after the fact. Let's see. 1992. The year before I was born, a movie came out called Bram Stoker's Dracula, and my dad wants me to believe that that had nothing to do with my name. Doubt it. I love the idea of him seeing my thick black hair, thinking of a raven, like Spirit of the Raven, and then deciding, oh, Raven, Bram, that's cool, but I have a hard time believing that. Even after he sees this, he will maintain. I bet money he will maintain that is where my name comes from. And that's a better story. It's literally a much better story for why you would pick your son's name versus Bram Stoker's Dracula? Bram? Cool. Let's do that. But that makes a lot more sense to me. Because that means that if he waited until I was born to pick my name, that would have to mean that he had a different name in mind before I was born, and then Bram came up. But that's totally possible too. Listen, I'm not saying it's not possible, but Dad, do you even know Gaelic? Do you know any other words in Irish? Because that makes me wonder. Kennedy means, here's a good one for you. I'm going to finish off on this because I don't want to poke anymore. I got to get out of here. Kennedy means big, ugly head in Irish, in Gaelic, in that ancient Irish language. It means like helmeted, like a big, lumpy head, like a misshapen skull. That's what Kennedy means. And I've got a big head. Not just size, but also just in pain. Oh, just in pain. Classic. That's a classic. Justin. Now I know. She wasn't thinking, so now I'm just in pain. That's a good one. That's funny. She wasn't thinking. She just accidentally did that. Classic. Classic mom. Maybe she was just in pain when she picked that name. When you were born, she's like, I'm just in so much pain. And then it just came out. And they just wrote it down. Totally possible. Here's another good one for you. In Scottish Gaelic, because there's a difference between Scottish and Irish. Who knew? I took Gaelic in high school. Pretty sure the word for raven is... Don't even give me that bullshit, Sadie. Look it up first before you come at me with that. Maybe you took Scottish Gaelic, Because in Scottish, Bram means fart. But I don't like to talk about that, except for when my name comes up, because it's actually pretty funny. Austin. Austin Payne. Justin and Austin. That's cute. That's adorable. That's an adorable name combination. Sadie took Gaelic in high school. You even, where did you, never mind, I don't need to know where you went to high school, but that's weird that they even had that offered. But yeah, there's obviously several different forms. It's an ancient language, so it's a whole thing. It's a whole situation. But if you, there is, look, I'll Google it. Let me make sure. Bram, Gaelic, because I've Googled it several times before. It's not like I just heard it and then decided that it's true. I was like, is that true? Oh, you know what it is? It's Bran. It's Bran with an N. That's the Gaelic version for Raven. But they use two N's. It's a double N, like this. How do I make it happen in the chat? It looks like that. So it's like the way that a W is two U's. Where isn't important, but it was an Irish Catholic school. Oh, word. That would be the place that they would have to teach that. That's cool. Good for you. I mean, not good for you, but like, it's like different. There's not a lot. It's important to have like, I don't know. It's cool when you have a different experience from a lot of people, because a lot of people don't get to have a different experience in life. So if you have like a, you know, going to an Irish Catholic school, that's a whole situation, you know? You know what I mean. I'm sure you have your reasons to dislike and like it on your own. But that's interesting. It's important to be interesting, absolutely. That's the right word for it. But yeah, anyways, the way that the U and the double U, apparently there's a double N situation, and that's what the Raven is. So my M is actually supposed to be two N's. But yeah, in the Scottish version, it means fart, my name. It means fart big head. And I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me too much. Okay, I'm going to turn this thing off. Thanks for coming through, Sadie. I appreciate that. I appreciate some new ideas from an Irish Catholic. A wizard, huh? Very nifty. I feel like I should wait until, and just in case there's any closing thoughts. I don't want to, you know, sometimes I would turn it off, and then maybe it's too late for somebody to tell me that they had a bad day, and then I need to say, hey, it's going to be okay. So just, if that's the case, let me know. Okay. An interesting day. You too, guys. Peace out. Now I have to really wait.